Welcome to Helium Hotspot Help, your one-stop shop for all things helium. Glad to have you here for our first live stream and podcast. We'll be going live every Tuesday and Thursday to bring to you all things new in the helium world. So I'm Al, and I got my man Jake with me, and today we're going to break down HNT and give you guys a little overview. And hopefully you enjoy and grab a little bit of value out of that. So if that sounds good to you, kick back, relax, enjoy the show. If you're new to the channel, be sure to check us out on all of our socials as well as our website, heliumhotspothelp.us or Helium Hotspot Help on Instagram as well as on YouTube. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's jump right in. We're going to start with what is helium. So I want to give you guys a basic introduction. Helium is actually a global distributed network of hotspots that create public long-range wireless coverage for LoRa-enabled IoT devices. So we're going to learn about what IoT devices are in a little bit. Go over a little bit of what LoRa technology and how that enables communication. But really today is going to be more of an overview. It's going to be an overview about the Helium blockchain and how it's a new open source public blockchain created entirely to incentivize the creation of physical, decentralized wireless networks. So today, the Helium blockchain and its hundreds of thousands of hotspots provide access to the largest LoRa network in the world. So the Helium blockchain is a new blockchain built from the ground up to incentivize the creation of decentralized public wireless networks. You can mine HNT, which hotspots create the people's network, a long-range wireless coverage for very low power and inexpensive IoT devices, and are rewarded in HNT for doing so. So as you mine, you get rewarded in HNT. And so we'll be walking you guys through what that means, what that looks like, and how that's beneficial to you. Also, more and more companies are developing on the Helium network. The Helium ecosystem includes thousands of ready-to-use devices, powerful integrations, and a robust developer tools. The community is great. We're very proud to be a part of it. It's a decentralized people's network, and it relies on a community of supporters, developers, and advisors. So the best way to get an idea of what Helium is to show up to www.helium.com. And as you can see on the screen, we have people-powered networks. So they're promoting to start a wireless revolution powered by the Helium blockchain. The People's Network represents a paradigm shift for decentralized wireless infrastructure. Now, their website has a plethora of information for you guys to get exposed to it. So we're just going to do a quick overview and show you where the tools are. So the latest news, you can look at the 5G carriers. We've recently partnered with Dish. There's rumor that we have a bigger partnership being announced in April, as well as some more well-known partnerships in the past. We have roaming partners, roaming announcements, as well as San Jose is the first city to launch on the People's Network as a smart city. So the adoption is happening. Very exciting to see where this is going to go. Currently, there are 592,491 hotspots on the network as of today, February 22nd, Tuesday. So over here, it's a new way to mine. If you're familiar with cryptocurrency, I'm sure you've heard about mining. The traditional sense of mining is actually data mining or GPU mining, as well as ASIC mining. And those are high energy consumption and high energy usage when you mine that way. This is a new way to mine crypto. By deploying a simple device in your home or office, you can provide your city with miles of low power network coverage for billions of devices and earn new cryptocurrency, HNT. So you can say bye-bye to your GPU mining and not have to worry about buying one of those $5,000 or $8,000 mining rigs that take a year for the ROI to kick in. So mining HNT with hotspots is done via radio technology, not expensive or wasteful GPUs. We can build the network. Hotspots work together to form a new global wireless network and undertake proof of coverage. Also, you can choose your hotspot or choose your hardware. Hotspots are built by a variety of vendors to suit your needs. And what is the use case for Helium? Well, the use is massive decentralized connectivity. Hundreds of companies and thousands of developers are already building on the People's Network, the world's largest and fastest growing LoRa network. Thousands of existing solutions, sensors, devices, and gateways can be easily configured to run LongFi, a powerful blend of LoRa and blockchain technology. So as you can see, it's an open alternatives. It's built on open source technology and governed by an open alliance. It's scalable and affordable, so you can say goodbye to expensive cell contracts on Helium. A sensor can cost cents to run a year, as well as the LoRa compatible. Utilize thousands of existing sensors, chipsets, MCUs for streamlined development. So Helium is currently used by Agulous, Salesforce, Lime, Airly, Nowie, Digital Matter, Lone Star Tracking, One Planet, My Devices, InvestLeash, Conserve, Careband, Mimic, Nobel, as well as Dish. The core technologies is the People's Network is made possible through sophisticated open source technologies that aim to create a truly decentralized and trustless model for building wireless infrastructure. So the way the core technologies are worked around is you have tokens and data credits, which they come in DCs, and the network uses 2 units on the exchange. You either get paid in Helium or HNT, or you would get compensated in data credits, which are proportionately pulled from Helium or HNT. This operates by providing proof of coverage. Their novel proof of coverage algorithm enables hotspots to be rewarded trustlessly, which is actually, even though it may sound negative, is a very beneficial thing for all parties involved. There's no need for trust. It's a trustless operation. LongFi combines the low power, long range LoRa wireless protocol with the Helium blockchain. So some of their investors are pretty impressive as well. Helium has raised equity funding from some of the most prominent VC firms in the world, including Colsa Ventures, First Mark Capital, GV, formerly Google Ventures, HSB Ventures, Union Square Ventures, Multicoin Capital, and others. So if you're looking to learn more about some of their investors, you can find that here as well. So their website is beyond informative. I highly encourage you guys check it out. You can learn about mining, staking, and the use cases of it, as well as you can look at the hotspots being built on it, staking, token, as well as the up-and-coming Helium 5G deployments. On this channel, if you've been with us for a minute, you understand we also have our hands on the Freedom 5G CBRS radio. So we are now doing Helium 5G coverage. Very exciting. We're one of the first, and we're excited to bring this journey to you guys and show you how you can start your own. So over here, you can go to Helium for Business. Use the network. The People's Network delivers secure, ubiquitous, and affordable wireless connectivity. So in order to, why use the People's Network? You want to connect devices, collect data in ways never before possible at a fraction of the cost of cellular without needing to deploy and maintain wireless infrastructure? Sounds like Helium's your solution. You can get massive coverage, miles of range at affordable pricing. And said best by Jay Langhurst, Helium provides the right mix of low power, high security, and robust coverage in urban locations. So it's definitely fixing an issue that we have currently in the States, and I believe an issue that they have everywhere. So you can roam with us. We're expanding the network coverage with roaming on the Helium network. When new markets increase coverage density and only pay based on usage without the cost of additional gateway infrastructure. And the fascinating thing for those of you that are looking at this screen is all of these little dots are actually Helium hotspots deployed. So these are all one of the 500,000 plus hotspots currently deployed in the world. What is roaming? Well, you can get more information on roaming, but it is combined coverage for all devices with no more dropped packets. Roaming enables different LoRa networks to combine coverage, providing more connectivity for compatible sensors and devices. Roaming on LoRa networks can also be utilized by both mobile devices and fixed stationary devices. Without roaming partnerships, traffic seen by other public and private LoRa networks is dropped. So the benefits of roaming partnerships with Helium would be utilize global coverage to see an immediate ROI while leveraging existing LoRa network server infrastructure, only pay for data based on usage, based on packets received. You guys will be learning about what data packets are and what exactly that means when you send and receive them. Hotspot owners also benefit from roaming partnerships on the Helium by earning more HNT from the increased amount of data transfer. So Bruce Chatterley, the CEO of Senate, said Senate and the Helium Network are in leading positions to move the market a step closer to pervasive, low-power, wide-area network coverage for IoT applications throughout the United States. Why helium? Well, the world's largest contiguous wireless network with over 500,000 hotspots in over 40,000 cities and 163 countries is a force that we might as well be prepared to get used to. They are the largest network currently. You can browse a rapidly growing ecosystem of community tools, solutions, providers, network uses. You can discover how Helium is changing the way key verticals operate today. And also, if you're just looking for business to use the network, begin your journey here, and they'll walk you through how your company or your business can benefit from using the Helium blockchain. So Helium for Business over here, you can see why people want to use the network, as well as I wanted to pull up the ecosystem. So over here, you have the Helium ecosystem. You can discover new hardware and software solutions using and supporting the people's network. So right now, you have hotspots, users, community tools, roaming, and integrations. Some of the users are Abby Way, Agulus, Erica, Airly, Arway. I mean, this is alphabetically put together, but as you guys can see, those of you watching, this list continues to go on. And these are all users and companies that are building on the Helium blockchain using LoRa technology for communication. So this list just continues to keep going, and bigger names are continuing to get put onto this list. Very exciting times. So you may be asking yourself at this point, what is IoT? What is a Helium miner? Where do I even get one? What is going on, Al? Can you give me some more details? Because you're just giving me jargon. Well, we wanted to give you guys a basic overview of what it is and some tools to be able to do your own research and your own homework. But the majority of information is fairly accessible if you know the right places to look, and we're here to share that with you. And also, we've been mining Helium for a couple of years, and we've been part of the community. So we're very excited to share our experience, what we've learned on our journey and our growth with you. As you can see, some of the hotspots over here in the Helium ecosystem, you have Bobcats, CalChips, CloudPi, Controlino, FreedomFies, HellTech, Linkstock, Curlink, LongAP, Nebra, Minted, Hotspot Vendor, Parley Labs, Pisces, SenseCap, Synchробit. And all of these have been certified to be on the Helium blockchain. Why are there so many miners? What is IoT? Well, I'm going to leave that for my man Jake to break down for you guys and kind of share with you some of our favorite miners, which ones we have in the field, and what's going on with that, as well as what's going on with the blockchain. We just had a recent vote. For those of you that are unaware, Helium is a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, and all changes done to the blockchain are done through the community, aka those of us that hold Helium. So you vote with your Helium, and you express your opinions with your Helium, and you play part of the role in Helium's development as a participant. And that is why it's the people's network, for the people, by the people. With that being said, Jake, why don't you break some of this down for us and give us some better information and intel on what we're looking at?
Right on, Al. Appreciate that. Thanks for breaking down Helium and what it is, because you're going to need a basic understanding of that before we actually jump into a few extra things. So, what's up, guys? My name's Jake. Thanks for tuning in to the Helium Hotspot Help podcast, and we are all things Helium. So, if you have any questions, comment them below, reach out to us, all sorts of links in our description. So let's get started. Let's start talking about IoT devices, what they are, how they work, and what they do. So first things first, we're over here at helium.com/ecosystem, where Al was just showing us where you can find hotspot partnerships, users of the blockchain, community tools, roaming partnerships like we see right here, Dish, CNET, Xtelia. So what we want to look at are actual integrations. So these partnerships are integrations for the IoT devices that operate on the Helium blockchain. So just a few of them. They got about 7 of them right now. These guys are really providing the backbone for the network. So before we go into more of that, let's actually learn about what the Internet of Things is. So the Internet of Things refers to the rapid growing network of connected objects able to collect and exchange data using embedded sensors. So you've likely heard this term at some point from a colleague, article, or advertisement, but this term is very broad. So the Internet of Things refers to the rapidly growing network of connected objects that are able to collect and exchange data in real time using embedded sensors. Thermostats, cars, lights, refrigerators, and more appliances can all be connected to the Internet of Things, or IoT. Insider Intelligence forecasts 3.74 billion IoT mobile connections worldwide by 2025. So that's not that long away. That's less than 3 years away, and more than 64 billion IoT devices installed by 2026. So this is huge. That means there's going to be a huge need for the Helium network. This is very crucial in building the network. So we're going to go over a few Internet of Things applications. If you have a smart home, it is most likely ran using IoT devices to control the thermostat in your house. I think even some of these fancier refrigerators will let you know when you run out of food. Those run on IoT devices, sensors, excuse me. So wearables like smartwatches are a huge one. So if you have smartwatches coming in constant contact of your hotspot, this is a really good thing. And smart cities, this is what Al was talking about earlier with San Jose, the very first smart city to partner with the Helium blockchain. So this is really, really huge. I believe they had an eco-friendly I think housing, eco-friendly economic housing unit built with a bunch of IoT sensors in it, so they can monitor the building, make sure that it's running efficiently. So, connected cars are another use of IoT, and these things are getting bigger and bigger. So if you think about Tesla and how their cars will drive themselves and they run off of sensors, they need a ping off of these sensors to know where they're at exactly, to be precise. So here are a few real world examples. Amazon Echo and Google Home for smart homes, Fitbit Charge 3 as a wearable smartwatch, and here they actually have Barcelona listed as a smart city. So this is pretty cool. The Spanish city is one of the most foremost smart cities in the world after it implemented several IoT initiatives that have helped enhance smart parking and the environment. And here we go. AT&T connected car. AT&T was the first telecom company to open a connected car research and innovation center. So, all right. Now that we're excited, we know what these devices are and what they're used for, let's jump into mining crypto with radio. So this is what Al was going over earlier. The radio waves are what the IoT devices operate on. So this is something that Al went over, but HNT mining is very simple. It's done by installing this device in your window, and that's all it takes. But as we've learned, there's a lot more to it. If you want optimal rewards, you need to be placing outdoor antennas. You need to have quality cables. You need to have your miner set up right on the blockchain. So don't let this confuse you. It is simple idea, simple concept, but it's not as easy as it looks. So if you're having troubles, need some help, check us out at heliumhotspothelp.us. You can find all kinds of help and links and resources there. So let's jump back into it. Let's find out where we can find compatible manufacturers. Al touched on this before, but here is another link that we'll be putting in the description below, www.helium.com/mine #hotspots. So we can find all the information on these manufacturers. It gives us purchasing links, it gives us community, and then also support. So here's a list. You can find about a little over a dozen of them, and these will be hard to find. Just be patient. We usually have videos posted. We do have videos posted on hotspots that you can receive quickly. We have a video about how to receive a Panther X2 in the description above, popping up above. So if you're interested in getting a miner in 2 weeks or less, check that video out. And next thing I'm going to jump into is actually something Al touched on earlier, and that was a decentralized autonomous organization. So the way that Helium operates like that is they actually allow the community members to vote on certain proposals to increase the network efficiency and to just kind of make it a better network as a whole. So if we go over to heliumvote.com, you can actually find all of the HIP initiatives that have been voted on. So let's jump in and let's talk about helium improvement proposals, which are HIPs. So each vote will be driven by a helium improvement proposal. This is going to lay out what they're voting on, what it's going to do, and how it'll benefit the community. So right now we can see that there are no active votes. That's because we just closed HIP 55. So let's jump into how this works before I talk about HIP 55 specifically. So how does it work? The number of votes going towards each voting choice is determined by your HNT and staked HNT wallet balance. This is known as voting power. To cast a vote, submit a burn transaction using the wallet of your choosing. Total cost of a burn transaction is 35,000 DCs, data credits, or approximately 35 cents. So final votes will be tallied at the end of the block deadline, and data credits burned to each vote choice will be purged from the network. This is our first attempt at an on-chain voting system and an exciting step towards decentralized governance. The votes here are intended to capture community sentiment and support the current rough consensus mechanism. So let's jump into the one that was just voted on, and that is HIP 55. Just a brief overview of what it is and what they were voting on. So this HIP changes how proof of coverage challenges are generated and submitted to the Helium blockchain. By moving challenging to validators, the network's stability will greatly be increased. Sync issues, all relayed stats, porting and forwarding issues, firewall issues, and SD card failures due to excessive load will be eliminated. This is because hotspots are actually right now required to keep a copy of the blockchain on the hotspot itself physically. So what they're doing is moving this to the validators because the validators have the more sufficient equipment to deal with this. This is why you're running into issues with your hotspot going offline randomly or saying it's online when it's really not, or it's stuck at a certain block. It's because you're having hardware issues. So hotspot bandwidth consumption will be a fraction of what it is today. This may also reduce the cost of hotspot hardware as processing and storage will be greatly decreased. So this is what I was just mentioning. In order to make this move, the economic reward of 0.9% of total HNT rewards for creating POC challenges will be moved to the validators as well. Hotspot earnings change from 70.1% to 69.2%. So this is a very minuscule amount of rewards being transferred to the validators to actually increase the efficiency of the blockchain, along with actually increasing our rewards as general hotspot owners. So this is a great initiative, and it actually just closed at 2:13 a.m. this morning. So this has just happened. This is very fresh information. This is actually really exciting for the blockchain. I think this is really going to help with where we're at now in the terms of supply shortage issues. This could decrease the demand for certain chips while also increasing the production. So they may not need as much time. This is little speculation, but we're just excited that Helium has these improvement proposals that actually increase the efficiency of the blockchain. So improving this HIP implies that the community has reviewed the implementation and the relevant chain variables. We will be considering this vote as approved if it passes with 2/3 of the vote power by the deadline. So let's check out how we did. And if we go down here to final results, we can see that about 96% were for HIP 55 and against was 3.7%. So this passed overwhelmingly. Obviously, this is really great for the community and blockchain as a whole. This is going to increase your rewards. So we're really excited about this. I think that's all I got with talking about validator challenges and Helium improvement proposals. Kind of curious of some more information on Helium. Is there any other great information we can give our people, Al?
There is, my man. There is. I got one more little overview, and before we walk away, I'm going to leave the people with what is a miner and what does that look like, and kind of give you guys a quick little summary on that. But before we go in, I want to touch up on Jake was just breaking down the Internet of Things and the IoT. You're going to be hearing that a lot on this channel. You're going to be hearing that a lot, period. So if you want to understand it, you might want to check out this channel. But the Internet of Things is and this is the 2018 white paper from Helium. So remember, this is going on 4 years old. Helium, a decentralized wireless network. The Internet of Things is an $800 billion industry as of 2018. We have grown quite a bit since, with over 8.4 billion connected devices online, spending predicted to reach nearly $1.4 trillion by 2021, which was last year. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we superseded that. So most of these devices need to connect to the internet to function. However, current solutions such as cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth are suboptimal. They are too expensive, too power hungry, and too limited. So the Helium network is a decentralized wireless network, as you guys have already heard today. It is secure and open source primitives, enables developers to build low power internet connected devices quickly and cost effectively. So the moral of this white paper is people are building on this blockchain, and more people are building on it. And this is an inevitable future that we are going to have to accept. So you might as well jump on and have some fun as we get there. With that being said, what is a hotspot? What does it look like? I mean, where do I even get one? Well, let's go ahead and share with you guys right away. We want to go to Helium Hotspot Help on YouTube. And you can see this nice H3. That is going to be us. This is our channel here on Helium Hotspot Help, where you can see how to receive a miner in 2 weeks. You can learn about the Freedom Fi miner. You can learn about different forms of radio mining and other partners with Helium like D.A.O. So very exciting. This is where we walk you guys through the specifics and the details of what we're doing on miner installs, on antenna upgrades, where to get the right things. But let's go ahead and take a quick look. I got a couple of miners back here. So we're going to grab this miner. This is what a miner looks like. So this is a Rack V2 gold minted miner. And this is how they come. They're pretty small. You can see reference of me. And let's go ahead and open it up with you guys on screen real quick and let you see what you get. So you get a miner inside, comes with a cable, and comes with an antenna. So it's a very simple process right here. All we have is a nice little minted gold miner. And what you do is you're going to plug in your miner. Right there is your power for the plug. You can hook up Ethernet to it directly, or you can wirelessly connect it to your Wi-Fi. And you're going to hook up your antenna right there and try and get that next to a window. So pretty simple conceptually, definitely a few extra steps like Jake pointed out earlier. We found it was a little bit more hiccups than anticipated, especially considering the simplicity of the concept. But it's been a really fun journey, and it's something that we recommend if you're new to Helium and you're thinking about starting out doing it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. We're blessed to be a part of this community, and we're so excited to help all of you on your journey to become Helium miners and to be part of the Helium network. Also, please be sure to check out our website for any of your resources. We have heliumhotspothelp.us. So we're continuing to grow. We just featured our website a little bit ago, and we want to develop this to help you guys. So the more interaction you guys give us and the more input you give us, the better we'll be able to cater our services to meet your demand and your needs. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's overview. Pretty basic, pretty quick. We understand we didn't go into detail on a lot of things. That's because some of our viewers are new and have zero understanding, and some of our viewers have been with us since the beginning, and everything we said was mundane for them. So our apologies if that was the case for you. Hopefully you gained some value. You got something good out of this. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock where we will be going live on podcasting. We'll be on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all of the podcasting platforms. You can catch us on YouTube at heliumhotspothelp.us, as well as there will be links on our website. So remember, Tuesday and Thursday, 1800 UTC, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. And also, if there's anything that you need us to go over, let us know, guys. We're here for you. Help us help you. We're in the People's Network. We're all doing this together. It's a fun journey. So much love, so much appreciation. Glad to have you guys with us. Thank you for tuning in. Jake, thank you so much. Excited for Thursday. We'll see you guys there. H3, over and out.